This show coverage is possible thanks to NVIDIA, Gigabyte, Fantex, and NCIX.
What's up guys, this is Dimitri and I have found my favorite yet micro ATX case. This is definitely going to be a new category for 2017 Case Awards, but this is the InWin 301, a much smaller version of the 303 that is a fantastic case. I actually thought this was an ITX enclosure in the beginning just based on this relative size comparison to something like the Nano S or the Manta ITX, but space efficiency inside the 301 is impressive to say the least, all thanks to the power supply location at the top. Pretty much all of the unique elements carry over from the bigger brother, including an all-illuminated front I/O panel, this honeycomb ventilation design on the rear side panel, and this simply boxy frame that does not look dated, and pretty awesome stand for enough ventilation, or actually enough elevation for air intake from the bottom. There's a rear exhaust fan and 4 PCI brackets, and I absolutely love the toolless tempered glass approach that sits on simple hinges and is super easy to remove. Inside, a micro ATX board is installed below the power supply, and I love how you can do full custom loop in this small space too, with dual fan mounts at the bottom for intake that from the looks of it are properly offset from the board itself. The front supports a 240mm radiator, but since the front panel is totally solid, that's where that side ventilation comes into play. But as you can see, this is where all the cables are concentrated, and I'm a little bit worried about choking those fans and the just, affecting airflow in general. A drive bracket is located in front of the power supply chamber that can house a 3.5-inch drive plus an SSD right below it, and I really like the unconventional layout with having a power supply chamber at the top instead of at the bottom, and I really cannot wait to get this in for a full review. Also, the pricing should be below what InWin 303 costs, which is about $90, so expect the 301 to be staying in this affordable price bracket, maybe around like $69 to $79. And two more things to mention from InWin include a vertical GPU bracket that looks so awesome, and we can finally showcase all those lighting zones that you can never see otherwise. Of course, the limitation here is that you can only install a single GPU, but from what I can see, it is well spaced out away from the motherboard and attaches directly to the PCI slot mounting, and it has that flexible extension at the bottom that connects to the slot on your motherboard itself, which I would assume is long enough so you can reach any slot on the motherboard. And finally, RGB fans that look very different from anything else we saw. So instead of illuminating the fan blades for this consistent look that we see from many brands, the blades on the InWin fans are actually a bit more reflective, so the lighting is a little bit more flashy. And these fans can also be daisy chained together via these small connector cables that are sleeved and open up a lot of options for illumination across many systems, and they all connect to this lighting hub, which is the size of an SSD, which has PWM control that can be routed into your motherboard. Lighting control is available through software, but this physical remote is available, which is so much more convenient. It is a bit larger than I'd want, but you can adjust the speed, all the lighting effects, brightness, and some other cool functions. And so that is it for our CES coverage. Thank you all so much for the amazing support. Our regular programming resumes this week, and we'll see you in the next video.